Okay, now this is part two. Now I've already talked about most of the films that I've saw these last few weeks. I already went into Cat in Paris, and and I just want to continue on with that and a couple other things. Cat in Paris, animated movie or animated film, very short. I mean, it's practically. I don't know if it's that much longer than an hour. You know, I normally don't see animated films, and at the risk, they actually show a little animated short before they start Cat in Paris. The animated short's like 5 minutes, maybe even shorter than that. So they add some things to stretch it out. Um, it's it was interesting. I think I would have liked it better. When they're showing it with English American actors doing the voices. I think I would have liked it better if it was in the original French with English subtitles. Maybe I don't know, but it was an interesting story. It's worth seeing. I'm not a major lover of animated films. I've you know I'd often I sometimes mention this to people. I haven't seen any of uh, the 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 Disney films of the last I guess 20 years now. From Lion King, Toy Story, any of the animated or computer generated. I haven't seen any of them, and I have very little interest in seeing animated movies. I didn't see the Simpsons movie when that came out, and I love the Simpsons. I've watched that for years. I haven't watched it in years though, regularly. Probably the last 4 or 5 years, I haven't really watched it. But um, prior to that, I watched the new episodes and the reruns. I was watching reruns every day. Great show, but I don't know something about and also the Japanese animation, which when I was younger, when I was a child, I loved that. Occasionally, when a Japanese animation film comes out and it goes through the art house theaters, I will view it. I think I've seen at least two or possibly three films that were given a wide release at art house theaters in the United States. Um, but in general, I'm not that interested in animated films. But this one was pretty good. They had a sign there that said it was suitable for people age 6 and up, which is interesting because it gives you an opportunity to take your kid to the art house theater, which is not something you normally do because normally the films are of an adult nature. Most of the films are rated R or something else along those lines. So, or just not suitable for kids. Kids don't wouldn't be interested in sitting through those, or most kids wouldn't. So it's a good way for you to bring your kid to the art house theater and enjoy that experience with them. So now, that's the end of that. I also want to talk about the film I saw today, and that is Spike Lee's film Red Hook Summer. The thing that's really interesting about Red Hook Summer is that I'm kind of out of the loop, but I don't believe it has a huge amount of buzz. You know, um, when I went to the theater, and it's only being shown in one theater here in Philadelphia, in a major city like Philadelphia. Which I mean, let's be real here. A large African American population. It's amazing to me that it's only being shown in one theater, and it's a theater I normally don't go to. The last time I've been to this theater, um, I think it was in 2000. I think I've only been to this theater twice. I went there to see the Hurricane with Denzel Washington in '99, and in 2000 I went to see their what's that movie called? Wonder Boys with Michael Douglas and Tobey Maguire and Katie Holmes was in there. I love that movie, and I actually went to that Columbus. It's on Columbus Avenue here in Philadelphia. I actually went to that theater there because it was only Wonder Boys was only being shown in that theater. That's why I went there today to see Red Hook Summer. Very strange it's only being shown there because I thought that it would be shown in our house theater. I think when Spike's movie, what's the movie with the lesbian theme that he had? The guy was impregnating lesbians. What's it called? She Hate Me. That was shown at the Art House Theaters. One of the Ritz theaters was showing that here in Philadelphia. I remember I went to see that. So I'm kind of shocked that it wasn't shown at one of the Art House theaters. I think it would have had a better run, but I guess it's just the distribution or whatever. It's the movie theater that we went to see is a United Artists Theater. Maybe I don't know. I don't know about the business aspect of getting these movies out there. It's a multiplex theater, so they have all types of stuff going in there. When I first stepped into the theater, I was the only one in there. I think I showed up a little bit early, and I was like, "Oh my God, nobody's going to be here." But as time went on, people started to filter in. It might have been as 20 or more people might have finally showed up to see the films. I was really happy to see it. Let me just say this: it was an excellent film. I think Spike, for a while there, and he's one of my favorite directors. So I just want to get that out there, so you can, my comments, you can take that information in there as well. I think for a while there, Spike kind of went off and he did some things that really were movies that really wouldn't get his base fans excited. You know, even great films he did like Summer of Sam and 25th Hour. I don't know if that really excited his base, although I think it introduced him to other people who were outside his base. There are people that love 25th Hour that don't really like Spike Lee or like his films in general. But I thought this was a great film. I think this is a great film to introduce Spike to a new generation of fans. I think a lot of the young people today could see this film and really like, oh, this is who the Spike Lee guy is. It was just a really fabulous movie. I think it was a great portrayal of the African American experience, which Spike has done better than any other director. I don't care what anybody says. No one else has shown the experience of the African Americans better than Spike has. And he doesn't get any credit for that. And I know a lot of people who are African Americans don't like Spike for some reason. I think it's more of his personality than anything else because the movies he put out there is just fabulous. I think I think some of the things he shows in this film really it's almost like solutions to issues that are presented to the African American experience. And one thing it's interesting because a lot of this film takes place in like the projects in Brooklyn, and I think one of the things if you see a film like this, I think it's a realistic portrayal of what you see in the hood, in the sense that there is normalcy with a touch of violence on the periphery. There's a part in the film where he's about to walk off in one direction. One of the kids, he came from Atlanta in like a suburban type environment, not inner city Atlanta, but like upper middle class Atlanta. The girl said, "No, you can't go down that way. That's gang territory. You don't go down that way. Let's go this way, where it's nicer." You know, and that really tells you a lot about the African American experience in the inner city, where where you have to navigate, go different ways, and figure out how to be safe. And I thought that was a really good moment. Well, we're getting low on time again, but thanks for viewing.